Friends, this is our next big stop as we trek across the U.S. I have personally been dreaming about coming to Palm Springs for years. Get on your cutest and most comfortable shoes. We've mapped out the ultimate itinerary for you, showing you Palm Springs from every direction, from above and below. Now put on your brightest outfit and your best jewelry because we're going down to Palm Springs, California. Palm Springs has been on my bucket list for a really long time. I probably should have come here years ago, but we finally made it happen, and it completely lived up to the hype. If you're planning a trip here, you need to add our exact itinerary to your to-do list. Your very first stop has to be the Palm Springs Visitor Center. It used to be a 1960s gas station, and the architecture is incredible. It's the perfect place to get a feel for the history of the area and see how it's changed over time. They have amazing mid-century modern souvenirs. Of course, I agonized over the prices and walked away without buying anything, and now I'm kicking myself. I should have grabbed the retro gear. Those bags were so freaking cute. Ducks out. So we just went. If you're coming to Palm Springs, you should see the visitor center. It's worth it. You can get your little pamphlets, find out what to do. I got a sticker and I actually got a magnet, and I was like, oh, we should be doing magnets because then Christ on a cracker. Okay, well, ta-da! It's on the side, but there you go.
Montero, something like that. Cute little camper.
For lunch, Boozehounds. It's dog-friendly, indoor-outdoor setup, so it makes you feel like you are outside even though you're inside. Skip the chicken and waffles, wasn't the best. Great coffee, great vibes. This is the perfect vibe for those who brunch. Next up is Agua Caliente Tahquitz Visitor Center. The canyon views from the entrance, as you can see, are gorgeous, and there's a waterfall, ancient rock art, and native irrigation system. We wanted to hike it, but the line was massive. You should definitely add this to your itinerary, but learn from us. Get your tickets early and beat the crowds. Get there early. Massive, massive lines. It's very expensive. Like, I'm pretty sure anyone that works in these locations, like the visitor center, retail shop, restaurants, they probably can barely afford to live here. 900 people probably live in their home because we just went to a restaurant. The cutest restaurant, allows dogs, has a dog menu. The world's worst. Okay, we got a chicken and waffle. The waffle tasted like nothing. The butter tasted like nothing, and it was like a seasoned butter with something. I forget, maybe onion or something like that. It's supposed to have like green onion. It had nothing. It tastes like nothing. There's supposed to be a Japanese chicken nuggets on top. Yo, barf. Is it hot or is it hot?
It's warm.
It is very warm.
Yes, everyone in the northeast and the north can suck it right now because it's so nice here.
It is so nice. It's like swimming weather. Next up on the itinerary, an afternoon walking around downtown. The energy here is so dynamic and breezy. You can stroll around the afternoon, walking the Walk of Stars, and check out all of the unique street art. And make sure you stop at Lappert's Ice Cream, Lapperts Ice Cream. It was absolute perfection. Do not skip the coconut mango. Holy shit balls, this is delicious. Mango and coconut together. Look. Ah! It's going up this. It is freaking delicious. This is the place. Go here. Go here. Go here. So this is Frank Sinatra's old house. And actually, I wonder if it's a museum or a place you can do tours, because there is a sign right here, a placard.
Maybe it just says this was Frank Sinatra's house.
Maybe. Anyways, this is Frank's house.
Can you zoom in on the sign?
Let's see. Sinatra residence, architecture, Stephen Williamson.
Right?
Twin. Oh yeah, that's right. It is Twin Palms. Next stop for a great free activity, drive through the neighborhoods to gawk at all the luxury mid-century modern homes. You saw Frank Sinatra's place, you can see Elvis's honeymoon house from the outside, but the ultimate surprise was stumbling upon Robolights. It's this massive, completely surreal yard display of giant, colorful robots made out of recycled material. And you can see it from the street. You can walk around, bike, drive. You really get a feel for what it was like to be in Palm Springs in the 60s and 70s. The next time I come back, I really, really want to rent one of these houses with a cute little pool and have a little girls' time. So if any of my friends or family are watching this, next vacation. We did it. Now, if you can only do one thing in Palm Springs, make it the aerial tramway at night or during the day. Write this down. Seriously. As the cable car rotates, you watch the valley floor sink away. Our tram driver was super duper cool. He had amazing vibey music, and we timed it perfectly with the full moon. Oh, that's cute. All alone. Taking a tram. I bought something from the gift shop. No, I got a little bar of soap, a rose bar of soap, and a little bag. They weren't expensive at all, which is shocking. We are the only ones on the tram. It's 7:30. The restaurant doesn't stop taking seatings. They stop at 7:30, so that's why pretty much, and it's chilly and it's nighttime, so no one's here except for us. So we're gonna have a tram to ourselves, possibly, unless someone else shows up. Reach the top, you're looking down at a massive glittering carpet of lights under the desert sky. It's magic, but here are my recommendations. 1, if you want to eat at the restaurant, you need to go a little bit earlier. 2, if you love to look at crystal clear sky at night under the stars, bring your telescope, because Trey forgot his and was extremely disappointed. But if we did it over, we would have come on the afternoon hike to the mountain trails around 4 o'clock, watch the sunset, and then see the city lights take over. Oh, he's half on, half off a bed. I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that sounds about right.
And this guy...
Right.
Here we are, going down the mountain.
Our brakes are going to be getting a workout. That's for
Brakes
sure.
are getting a workout. It's almost 9 o'clock at night. I'm forcing Tree to go to a late night dinner because we never do that stuff. Okay, now we're rolling back down the mountain, looking at the beautiful lights, of course, and definitely burning a little brake pad on the steep descent. Head straight to Birba for pizza. The outdoor patio layout is beautiful. The pizza is spectacular, and it was the perfect way to end up in an outdoor/indoor restaurant, which is my favorite. Good morning, Chronicle crew and friends. I'm whispering because people are around, and let me show you this getaway. They have a card room. Oops. card room, fitness, billiard room, dinner cafeteria. Over there is hot tubs. Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
You let me know if you need any help, okay?
I will. Of course, I had to stop at the vintage shops, dragging Tree around while he sat in the car with the dogs as I looked around and perused and wished I was with anybody else that loved to shop. I could have done some serious damage if I was in the right mindset with the right person and the right pocketbook. I mean, everything I tried on because I had to try it on quickly due to somebody in the car. And everything I chose was not my size. And that's when I realized vintage clothes are cute for stick-thin, no-bootied, small-thighed women. Next time, I need to bring a friend and really dive in because I could not get enough of looking at all these pieces. I wanted to buy a house, a mid-century modern house, and fill it with this stuff. If you love to shop and you love fun things, colorful things, kitschy things, this is your town. You have to do some vintage store shopping or hit the monthly vintage market. It only happens one Sunday a month, and if you're looking to spend some money to freshen up your boring wardrobe or decorate your house with some unique vintage pieces, this is the absolute market for you. It brings all the vintage shops into a single one-stop shop, which is the perfect way to see most of the stores in town without driving all over the place. I'm convinced that this town is designed and created for the older ladies and the gays. And me. While you're exploring, it's fascinating to think about the history. Palm Springs used to be a budget-friendly desert escape, but it's evolved into a high-end, expensive destination, which is a little bit of a bummer for the wallet, but it also transformed into this incredibly inclusive and legendary gay-friendly hub with world-class architecture and Coachella's right next door. You still get that cozy small town footprint, but with a ton of amenities and culture. It really is a beautiful mix. Because you leave them by themselves.
Refuses to be helpful is more like it. Don't put that shit on us. He's always been like this. And it's not just him, it's Minton's.
We went to a market yesterday. What was it called? The vintage market.
I think. In Palm Springs. Down on I want to say North Palm Springs Ave. And we found this French bakery with actual French people or French speaking people. And we got these delicious desserts and some multigrain bread. I practiced my French on them. They didn't seem too offended. Perhaps amuse-bouche. This is a cheese Danish from mascarpone.
Is this pistachio cream?
Oh.
And we put it in our little heater.
Karen's favorite. It's a lot of pistachio cream.
This is the cheese one. Oh my god, what was the name of this place?
I don't recall.
It was a vintage market, and they have it every first Thursday or something. All right, what day do we go? Every first Sunday of the month, I believe.
It looked like it was 2 days.
Oh, okay. But I know it's multiple times. So like, I think next month it's again, but like the first weekend of the month, and they have all of these vintage stores, and I'm excited. It was very, very, very nice, but I wish I could go again just so I told my friend who's very into vintage stuff that her and I need to make a special trip back here together so we can just peruse.
You gonna buy some home furnishings?
No, but we can get excited about stuff, and she loves to shop and I love to help her, so thanks for
Got a lot of stuff that was great for like drag.
Oh yeah, some great drag. It's like from older ladies of a certain generation now being passed down to some drag queens. It's basically the vibe.
Or a lot of people who want to dress in the 70s like that modelly looking couple we saw.
Yeah, lots of 70s looks, lots of 60s looks. I tried on a couple pair of pants, and my body just is not. Women nowadays, I don't think, are shaped in the same way. Because I couldn't even get my leg into the waist was my waist size, but I couldn't get my leg in.
I somewhat disagree with what you're saying.
But I tried on a few pairs and they did not fit.
The
top of my legs were too big.
The 70s might be a thing because the thin was in thing, right? But women were more curvy in generations before that. Like Marilyn Monroe was not skinny, for her time maybe.
Yeah, but
not by
even
today's standards.
Yeah, but she was still like a 6 or something. Like she was still small.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in the 70s, she would a 0 would have been what people were going for, or 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think also a lot of women kept their legs like pin shaped. All right, well, thanks for enjoying this croissant with us.
Croissant.
Mine was a croissant.
French pastries.
French pastries.
I do not think that's a croissant.
I don't remember what it was called.
Honestly, I don't know. It starts with a B. I can't remember.
We're definitely gonna. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye. Our final food recommendation, we actually had different dinner plans, but someone in the parking lot stopped us and told us we had to try 533 Viet Fusion. We took a gamble on their advice, and I'm so glad we did. The food was fresh, vibrant, and incredibly delicious, so you should put it on your list. It is a must eat. Get the curry, it was incredible.
You're the mild spicy for me. Very hot. The veggies are very crunchy. I never feel curry. Today I felt it. It was 10 out of 10. My nose is running. Definitely eat here. Definitely.
We visited in February, and honestly, it's the perfect time. February is the perfect month to go to Palm Springs. It's after the holidays, it's not too crowded, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, it's literally the perfect weather. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and comment, because we love to engage. And then also go over to our Instagram and our TikTok page, Enigma Expedition Chronicles. See you in the next vlog!